Well, it's bye-bye birdie, hello X. Twitter has unveiled a new logo. Elon Musk teased the announcement yesterday in a series of tweets saying, "And soon we shall bid adieu to the Twitter brand and gradually all the birds." As Musk promised, the blue bird has been replaced by an X logo. Let's go live now to reporter Ira Spitzer in Austin, Texas. So Ira, you've been watching this story closely. Can you tell us what is behind this logo change? Why has Elon Musk done this?
Well, we've had a pretty good idea that there was going to be a big change to Twitter coming at some point. When Elon Musk purchased the company last October, he said that buying Twitter was what he called an accelerant to creating X, the everything app. So now that day appears to have arrived, and Musk has long spoken of his interest and admiration for platforms such as China's WeChat, where people can do things such as buy things, use it as a messenger service, kind of do things with more features than at least Twitter, as it was originally designed, could do. We got further confirmation of that sort of plan for Twitter from the company's new CEO, Linda Yaccarino. She also tweeted that this was the future was X, and that this would be video, audio, messaging, payment processing, sort of much more than Twitter currently offers. So that's the idea here. Now, there are big questions about how they are actually going to pull this off, especially since it's been such a tumultuous time since Musk has purchased the company. We've seen lots of chaos with the rollout of the checkmark verification system and the subscription service. Musk himself has told staff members that the company is worth about half or less than half of the $44 billion that he paid for it, to some extent as a result of advertiser flight because of some of these changes. So there's a lot of intrigue now, of course, with this major company changing its name, but big questions as to how, what exactly the next move here is for Twitter.
And Twitter users, Ira, they've become quite attached to the platform. How are they reacting to the change of logo?
Well, as you might imagine, there has been a proliferation of Twitter memes as soon as the Elon Musk indicated this name change, and then of course we saw that new logo rolled out on Twitter's desktop site to begin the day. Some notable Twitter users, such as the Star Wars actor Mark Hamill, expressing some strong displeasure with the name. And I do think that does speak to a community that has been built up on Twitter for over a decade, based both on the name, and the term tweet has of course become a verb, which is for most brands something that they would really not want to give up. So I think there is a feeling on Twitter of some annoyance about these changes, but I'm sure there are other people too who are excited to at least see what Elon Musk has in mind with this new X app, which apparently is the X era is now upon us based on what we've seen over the past 24 hours.
Ira, thank you. Ira Spitzer in Austin, Texas. So for his insight into why Elon Musk bid the Bluebird goodbye, we're joined by Ritesh Kotak. He is a cybersecurity and tech analyst in Toronto. Ritesh, thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me.
So what's your initial impression of the X rebrand?
So we knew the rebrand was coming. We knew that he was going to create this ultimate app, and he loves the letter X. We see that in SpaceX's new AI company that he's created as well. So we know that this is something that he's been discussing, and we knew was coming around the corner. This idea of having the ultimate app where you can not only just microblog and put images and connect with the global digital town square, but also the ability to do banking, connect with government services, make payments. It seems like this is the trajectory. We knew this was coming, and it's finally arrived.
What, do you like it?
Torn. I really am torn. I think on the one hand, they were due for rebranding. If we kind of look at everything that's going on in the social media space, Threads, which is Meta's version of a microblogging platform, launched a few weeks ago. That has over 130 million users. Elon Musk stating that half of advertising revenue has left the platform. So it was time for something bold and drastic. So I think that this is what's needed. He did pay $44 billion, and at some point, the return on investment seems to be dwindling. So it seems like he's taking it in a new direction, a direction that we knew that was coming, and it'll be interesting to see if people respond positively or negatively given his vision of the future of this application.
But just given how tumultuous, Twitter has been since he bought it, since he took over, I mean, is this the time for a rebrand?
It's definitely been a roller coaster for anyone that's been on Twitter. I think that we've seen policy changes on the platform happening via tweet. I don't know what it's going to be called now, but via posts on the platform. But I think that this is the right time. And the reason for that is it doesn't look like Twitter is getting any more users. It doesn't look like there's more advertisers saying, oh, I really want to advertise on Twitter. I think that they're having a serious issue, and if there was any time to pivot, this is that time.
Do you think this rebranding, you alluded to it, could be in reaction to the slew of competitors that have emerged to Twitter, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and recently Threads? Do you think Elon Musk is nervous about the competition?
I think Elon Musk must be nervous. I think it's a time where if you're bleeding money, it's you got to be like, oh, wait a second, I got to do something different. Nobody likes to lose billions of dollars and have uncertainty. But I think on the flip side is it kind of fits into this plan that Elon Musk has. I think that there's going to be more collaboration with other organizations that Elon Musk owns. I think Tesla. If you think about all the data that Twitter, I guess X is going to be collecting, if you start adding in the data that Tesla is collecting, like Tesla is not an electric vehicle, it is a computer on wheels with all the sensors and autonomous driving and kind of the future of automotive technology. But if you take that and you also look at other companies such as SpaceX, that's looking at connectivity even in rural communities, you start seeing a pattern emerging where all these platforms are going to be interconnected and creating kind of the new future state that Elon Musk envisions.
So you mentioned that Musk wants to turn Twitter to be a, quote, everything app since he bought it last year. But as you also said, almost half of the advertising revenue lost since his takeover. Do you think he can actually turn this around? Is this going to resonate with users, or is he just going to bleed billions more?
I wish I had a crystal ball, but I think on this one, there's definitely going to be things around payments. I think that's going to be the next big thing. So the ability to shop on Twitter, the ability to pay using your Twitter app, I think that's going to generate new revenue streams, much needed revenue streams for the platform. So I think if you can pull it off, that will be a step in the right direction. But as a user, you got to ask yourself, do I really want one organization having this much data and control over my digital identity? And in comparison of what he wants to do and kind of mirror the Chinese app WeChat, is that we have very different privacy laws here. We have a different appetite for privacy, and there's upcoming legislation on artificial intelligence. So just because you can do it, should you do it, and will he be allowed to do it? Those are all big question marks.
All right, Ritesh, always good to talk to you. Thank you. That's cybersecurity and tech analyst Ritesh Kotak joining us in Toronto.